When you're planning a project, of course, remember I said you're going to want to have a big problem broken up into smaller problems. I mean, we don't even have to think about it as a problem, right? This is a creative venture, so we're looking forward to this. It's not like you have to solve a problem. But having said that, you want to break up a production into stages. And in some cases, you want to do it in a way that you want to complete stage one first. If you have the time in your budget, if you have the time in your calendar, you want to say that we're going to complete every stage before we even consider a timeline for the next stage. There may be other situations where you want to start planning where everything has to occur. And that's actually what I just did on an album that I worked on recently. I had my own out-of-town schedules to consider. I had out-of-town schedules to consider for some of the musicians that we were going to have involved with the albums. And so everything had to be put on in different stages. And so I had a very narrow window in which, between my schedule and the other person's schedule, we had these few days in which we could arrange for the recording session. So that meant that I definitely had to have everything else in place before this happened. And so that meant that there was a definite sequence that events had to occur in order to get to that stage. And then, of course, the stage after that is going straight from these final tracks being put on to editing, mixing, mastering, and then starting the whole manufacturing process for the album. And then, of course, after that, there's media promo, radio promo, submitting for Grammy consideration, all these things. So there are things actually beyond the production date that you have to think about, or beyond the delivery date that you have to think about. But in this particular case, I knew that we weren't going to have that much time to do editing and mixing after the last session. We really had to get it to mastering about a week later. So we did as much editing and mixing as we could, especially of those pieces that didn't involve this particular musician that I wanted to have on the album. If there was something that person was not playing on, it was part of my stage completion date to get that particular song completely mixed and ready for mastering before we even got to that recording session, because it wasn't dependent on him playing. And so completion stages can become very complex, especially when you have a lot of guest artists like this coming in and making appearances on albums. But again, it's always, taking a big situation, a big complicated situation, and breaking it down into smaller, less complicated situations.